Once you buy a home, you never look at listings the same way again, ever. You'll be scrolling Zillow at midnight, checking every sale near your street, whispering to yourself, please, please tell me that it sold for more than mine. Because when one sells for less, it hurts your soul in the deepest way. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 signs that a home is overpriced and how to spot them before you overpay to become that anxious homeowner. Hi, I'm Steve Mun of the Steve Mun Group, your San Jose realtor, and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything that is San Jose Metro and real estate related in the Bay Area here. Let's start with the simplest but the most telling metric, days on market. If a home has been listed for, let's say, over 45 days on market, chances are it's overpriced. When a seller first puts the house up for sale, they're usually living in a fantasy world, what I call the magical buyer phase. For the first 2 or maybe 3 weeks, they're convinced that a dream buyer will show up, wave a checkbook, and say, I'll buy that home for 50 grand over asking, as is, and no inspection needed. But after the first few weeks of silence, reality starts to settle in. By day 45, that magical offer is gone and panic starts to creep in. Now, this is where it gets interesting for buyers. That 45-day mark is really when sellers finally realize that something isn't working. And that's when negotiation doors open and it gets interesting for buyers. Here's a big red flag. A home that's been sitting for weeks but hasn't dropped its price even once. That usually means that the seller's being stubborn or maybe is disconnected from where the San Jose housing market really is today. You can easily check this on Zillow or Redfin. Just scroll down and look at the price history. If it's been on market for a month or even more with no movement, you can bet that they're holding out for a price that the buyers just don't agree with right now. Good listings adjust to the marketplace. Overpriced listings, they stay stuck, waiting for that magical buyer who never comes along. And here's the kicker. If you come in at their full asking price when no one else has even touched it, you're probably paying more than the market says it's really worth. And you don't want to do that as a buyer. And this one takes a bit of a detective work, but you can totally do it still. Check the home's sale history or tax records. If the seller bought the house a year or maybe 2 years ago and is suddenly asking for way more than what they paid, and with no major renovations or upgrades at all, that's a big sign that the price might be overinflated. I saw a home listed for 1.45 million that was bought just 2 years ago for 1.1 million. With rates where they are today and prices starting to cool a little bit in certain neighborhoods, that 350K bump with no updates doesn't make sense at all. Now, sometimes a seller is just testing the market, but in most cases, that's not a motivated seller. And as a buyer, you want to be dealing with motivated sellers, or at least sellers who understand the market as it is today, not last year or 2 years ago. If you're trying to buy below market value, you have to go where the opportunities exist. And that means finding listings with a little bit of seller fatigue. You know, the ones that are asking for as is conditions, been on the market for 60 days or more, price reductions every few weeks. Those are where the gold is. I had a client recently who found a beautiful home that she was the type that she was looking for. It's been on the market for 3 months. But the seller kept talking about wanting to sell it as is, and it scared off a lot of buyers. We came in at 75K under asking and got it accepted with a little bit of negotiation going back and forth. And that's what happens when you spot the signs and time it correctly. It's all about the timing. There's no magic script, no perfect offer letter, no secret handshake that gets you a special discount. If you're trying to buy under market value in the Bay Area real estate market today, you have to expect rejections, multiple counteroffers, and some emotional bruising. But every no gets you closer to that one yes. Don't chase the shiny new listings. Focus in on the ones sitting quietly, waiting for the right buyer, because that's where the real deals live. As you can see, it's not overly complicated or complex, but it does take some effort and hard work. So it's just a matter of putting in the grind in order to get the results. If this video helped you understand how to spot overpriced homes and make smarter moves in the San Jose housing market, do me a favor, please. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss future videos about the Bay Area real estate and smart home buying strategies. I'm Steve Mun with the Steve Mun Group, your San Jose realtor. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.